Well, yesterday was interesting. I was in Giant Eagle in Louisville. Some women were walking around talking. Some attorney is trying to pull a fast one down here. Good luck with that one. It'll never work. Well, no. Um, Later on, I had dinner with a friend, and there's a group of people sitting behind us, and I'm looking for anybody else that may be sitting in there. And I look uh, out the window, the back cars are driving by, and I didn't want to say anything. And the group, older group of people, we're gonna tell we're gonna tell the prince she looks absolutely stunning anymore. Let's go. We need to take care of this. They have mentioned him for 4 years. Even people in Louisville no, they either refer to him as the prince or the king. They had mentioned him around Ravenna Courthouse. Dr. Rapikas, the king wants to know what she looks like now. Okay. Um, they mentioned him several times, even in Louisville 19. They also mentioned him in Bedford, Akron, Alliance, um, in North Canton, Macedonia. I don't, and even in Canton. I don't know who he is, and I just wonder. But whoever he is, he wants to know what I look like. Okay. And he's had people watch me for about 4 years. I don't know. All right. So, but last night I did a video. I didn't have enough storage, and it was really good. Um, I was talking about, the apostolic churches in this area are in a cult. They will hire stalkers and shooters to get rid of you. They got mixed in with a drug game and stalking. And when I went to get out of my car to have lunch with my friend or dinner with my friend, they some guy had enough gall to yell across the way, the people that helped steal everything she had in life. How can you live with yourself stealing from a victim? How can you live with yourself under attempted murder? How about with extortion and racketeering? How do they live with themselves? How do they live with themselves? But it is. If the apostolic churches in this area will hire stalkers and shooters, and with getting mixed in with retired Judge Pete and his dirty friends that are part of drugs and stalking, it evolved into a horrible group. And he's retired, and they will drug, kidnap you, they will rape, torture you, they're advanced enough to hack into a police login for protected home custody and sell it to regular people. They are very advanced. The Canton Police, I told you, have been all over this since Department of Disability, January 1922. They told them I was told to say something. There's Canton Police in there on the second level, and they tape an audio, okay? Um, and they have been around for more people admitting to drugging me and telling me to say stuff, shower scenes in other rooms that they frame me. They've been all over this since January. Um, so they already know their weird stalking tapes before are them and not me, and they're looking for who did it. Um, so they even told him that they knew that agent was corrupt. That's why he called me a liar. And he knew everything. Because, see, they have to register the statements to open the protected light case of mine asking for help, agreeing to protect me, and Dave acknowledging the threats on my life. Otherwise, you can't be in somebody's home as the Department of Justice. Uh, so, and they're looking for who actually did it. Um, but when I talked to Will, he was correct. I tried to tell him, even though where they had been keeping me drugged up and where I couldn't get out of bed for 3 days, then I got up and my head was spinning. And then getting enough air in my face to think how to handle this after I called the 1-800 hotline. Give him about 45 minutes of shit. Okay? And then I thought, well, I'll call Sarah. I give her where, that she had heard it, and that way ask her if she'd testify. Of course, I'm scared for you. And then I bought her a card, put Will's number in it, took it out to Zales, and then we went up to Apostolic Church of Barberton. Paul Paymer got into Dave's face. My God, I had an FBI agent in my office. He's right there. What's this with you bringing the FBI up here with reports of threats on her life? I walk off, and Dave comes in, let's go, and then he threatens to kill me on the way home to the point I'm almost ready to jump out. And I run from him when I get home. And the next day I have to call Will back, and I get up, my head's spinning again, and I have marks on me. I can't explain. And here they were date rape drugging me, and my head was spinning. And I tried to tell him what happened at Giant Eagle when I went to get something for dinner, and then I got a flu shot and I got dizzy. That I heard the voice, I can't believe she's here, and I went to walk off, and the guy came up behind me and threatened to knife me. And I made a beeline for the bank. And then the Pizza Hut lady got paid to watch me. That's stalking. And the banker screaming at her to stay out of it. You liar! You confess you're a liar, or I'll arrest you. I'm like, what? And I'm crying. I'm scared for my life. I'm trying to give him crucial evidence under tape and audio. You either say you're lying, or I'll put you in jail. You hear me? I'll arrest you. It's like, fine, whatever. Okay? He's like, do you know if he has a girlfriend? I don't know. Some guy's rambling about it in the back. She doesn't know. Stop. I went to talk again. I need a witness. He didn't need a witness. The main report had 3. Because there was Sarah from sales, her manager, the older blonde lady, and the heavyset dark hair girl went to work with Katie from sales to Katie's jewelry store, Ashcroft and Oak. So I had 3, and all 3 of them had heard him. All 3 of them said something to me and my ex-husband about her church threatening to kill me. And I gave that to the hotline. It's like, well, Sarah, I've already talked to her. She's waiting to talk to you. Okay. He's like, I'll list you informant, but if you tell someone I'll list you crazy and no one can ever help you again. You can't say that. That's setting somebody up that they can't get out, that they can't ask for help. That is it. I talked to my one friend that used to work for the prosecutor's office. He said nothing that agent said is illegal. Is legal. It's not. You can't tell someone they can't ask for help, and they can't tell someone. And you can't let somebody crazy for telling them. You can't tell somebody they can't help them. That's ridiculous. You can't do, and we're August 10th, 11th, 22, by the hair salon. They start following me and said that they called Will, explained Michelle, and he set me up. Mm-hmm. That is a setup, and it's not legal, and you can't use illegal stuff. The only thing legal he did was list me informant. He knew everything. Um, June 7th, 22 is my birthday. My one client that works on Turquoise Street. There's a split level across the way. There's a lady Canton officer that's been investigating this. We already know the tapes before were them and not her. We're looking for who actually did it. We didn't realize. Well, over a week ago, I was out there, and some teenage kids were talking about it. That lady officer said not to trust any of them, that they even pretended they were FBI and told everybody they were FBI doing it to her and stay out. And with everybody telling on them, they found out they weren't FBI and not to trust any of them. Okay? And that agent was corrupt. And that's why he called her a liar. Okay? And he knew everything. Okay? So, well, you gotta think they have to register our statements uh, for the state case of asking for help, and then Dave's acknowledgement of knowing the threat of my life. That agent opened to cover his tracks, opened a protected home custody case for an informant, turned it over the place and walked away, knowing it was Dave's girlfriend's family, and then a call. And the apostolic churches are hiring stalkers and shooters and trying to steal everything from people in life and extortion, racketeering. Good Christian people, aren't they? Mm-hmm. And mixed in with a drug and gang use. Then from that retired judge and his dirty friends and mixed in with drugs, stealing everything under attempted murder, extortion, and racketeering, and impersonating federal officers, and being advanced enough that the protected home case, they actually hacked into it by Christmas of 18 and started selling it for regular people to watch. I can go different places that take care of this, take care of that. And it's common knowledge. But nothing that you can't use illegal statements of threatening, badgering a witness, victimizing a victim, setting him up for no help. Yeah, you can't use any of that, and you can't force somebody under a threat of putting them in jail if you don't change your statement. That is illegal, and it is tampering with evidence and obstruction to justice. And you can't leave somebody with no help. That's illegal. See what I mean? You can't use, and my one friend that worked at the prosecutor's office after what that agent said to you, um, there's no excuse. Nobody's helped you because what he said was illegal. You can't say those things. They sent him on a recorder line. I turned it over to the Department of Justice. See, whoever called me, open the state case. They got him. September 1922, I'm getting my hair done at the Walmart hair salon. Two men walked by. Will called her a liar because he was pushing her. Right? Tape it on him. Just a few days ago. It's like, thank you for confirming you knew it. Mm-hmm. Okay. But yesterday, it's some attorney trying to pull a fast one down here. Good luck with this one. It'd never work. No, it won't. They can have people. Oh, you'll like this one. I was in Macy's. Okay. few days ago. Some girls walk by the dresses, look at me, and I look over. They lied to everybody that she had charges. And we were supposed to follow her around, saying stuff to her. And we found out there's nothing against her. I'm like, you're slow, right? I can pass a PCI background check. I have one traffic ticket from '89. I have a CCW and a notary. They lie to people. Yeah, they were complaining. They made everything up. And some guy out in the mall said, if the worst thing she ever did wrong is bend over improperly, I can take care of that one. Because the main officer that was over it, tall white man, heavy set, June of 19, at Liberty House here to the North Canton Jackson Police, the worst thing you ever did wrong, honey, is bend over improperly. We can wipe that one out. He was laughing with him. They only made fun of the back of my knees. See, my ex-daughter-in-law became friends with my husband at the time's girlfriend, the one that was in with the drugs and gang, to help him either kill me or extort everything. Like came up with me games to pretend for the grandkids to say it. And they knew I was in police protective custody. That's where it's stupid, even stupider. And it was more than one police department. One officer called it a state case. Okay? Several departments work it. It's wherever I go, protective custody. Okay? And let's see. Oh yeah, the police already know I was told on. Canton police already know I was told on, and they did that thing as a stunt up at Apostolic Church of Overton. April 14, 22, Save a Lot on Whipple, 1:48 p.m. It's sick what's going on. They really did have a man pretend to be FBI force. She called that agent back. It was a stunt for Dave to confront her in the truck. They had people pretending to be her kids, bad-mouthing her, and her kids knew nothing about it. It's been the people hurting her the whole time. It's so sick. But, okay, getting back to that was, they knew I was in police protective custody. They knew it's a state case, and several departments watch it. And they knew they were getting followed around, but because he was a retired judge, they thought they could get away with it, of just making up me games to pretend laughing behind my back. And an illegally bugged house get caught stating they were making everything up to my granddaughter, and they wanted the house for Auntie show. And Papa. And Grandma needs to get out. And they're documenting me games to pretend as the Maslin police puts it. Yeah, it just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But it's crazy. People fall for the shit. And like those ladies said, none of this is funny. We found out they made everything up. It's like you're slow, right? The shower scene, the drug confessions where they were stalking me and I'd have bruises. I would get sick on drinks and hours would pass. I'd wake up with marks. No, they act like that Steve, that him and that Eric, that's behind a lot of this. Is they're one of stalkers from Maslin. Maslin officer in uniform, November 24, 21, 8:40 a.m. Altman Emergency Room stack here on Wales Road. I'm here to watch her. There's a Steve and Eric stalking her, and we don't know who they are yet. And it's finally got funny after everything they did. Nothing's admissible. Well, people act like those weird dreams I was having, that they weren't weird dreams, they were drug hazes. I would have dreams of be waking up in a fog haze. I couldn't see anything but fog. And a man walked across the room, hold me, I'd roll towards him, I couldn't see his face. And the room would go black. They said that was Steve raping me. and that he's having people make fun of me. I had already been with my husband. We made love all the time. I didn't know I was being violated. It's not funny that people think they can human traffic somebody under drugs. And where do any of these people think it's okay for an occult to hire stalkers and shooters, get mixed in with a dirty retired judge and his dirty friends mixed in with drugs, and under attempted murder extort everything from a victim, and live through a concentration camp from these people to extort everything she had in life? Where can they justify any of that? They all need to go to jail, everyone that participated. Extortion and racketeering. And attempted murder charges. I almost died to save my family. Good officers. Like this one officer, he's a young guy, his name was John. They say John's here to take care of Karen. Okay? And he'd yell out across Walmart. It's ridiculous for any child to be afraid of Karen. She's nothing but good in love. Okay? He stopped goons January 12, 22, Walgreens, North Main. I'm getting a COVID virus shot. While those kids get caught stating they made everything up. Okay? Told you the main officer, the worst thing you ever did wrong, honey. You told another police department. It's bent over improperly. And they caught her changing it from the back of my knees to my tushy. In the wrong nightgown, I didn't know. I had to verify it in legally bugged house. They said they accidentally seen your tushy. Or your butt or something like that. Years ago. And like nobody would say anything. Okay? And so I went home and I'm like, hey Dave, always wore the grandma nightgown down on my knees. Underwear and a house coat when the grandkids are over. I know that. And or leggings, sweater, and a house coat when the grandkids are over. I know that. I said, besides your grandma nightgown and some laces, I just replaced everything last year. I know that. I didn't even know it. It was, ooh, grandma, what's on the back of your legs? Varicose veins. Here, hope, Papa, while I get changed. I have varicose veins behind my knees. So little breasts were making fun of me. That's why that officer, the heavyset white guy, that was over it, he was laughing with the North Canton Jackson Police June the 19th. Okay? Other officers, how dare you insult her? She almost died to save those people. Another one, Karen's one of the best women you'd ever meet in life. Another one, Karen's a victim of an occult that drugged her and tried to kill her before. A victim. And how dare you insult her? She almost died to save those people. That's how the good officers talk about me. And the men that watch me. That's why when they sell the login, people like Vito at McDonald's, they want to meet me. Because it shows I'm innocent of everything. And I almost died to save my family. That's where February 25th, 22, before noon, one of my, you know how you see your neighbors, but you don't know them, they pull in and out. A man that should live 3 or 4 houses down from 4490 John Thomas, in Ravenna, well, outside Ravenna, just has the mailing address of it. I'd see his vehicle. Well, he walked into McDonald's on Hills and Dales Road in Whipple, okay? Right for noon, February 25th, 22. I'm tired of this, and he's rambling. He said, you know, her ex-husband showed up at a store, told everybody he didn't want her anymore. I've been trying to get rid of her for a while. Nothing worked. Ask all those people to help, and it's been the people in the store doing it to her ever since. They all agreed to help. These people agreed to help kill me. Okay? He said some guy found out what she lived through and wanted to meet her. And I told him, go ahead, and I'll book Vito. Hi, I'm Vito. It's like, hi. I do better with it now. When I first moved out, I used to have to run for a restroom. It would make me physically sick. They would say some guy is driving around, he wants to meet her today. After everything she lived through, he wants to meet her. I instantly got sick. It happened several times. I'm doing better with it, but they keep selling the login. And people see what I lived through to save my family. They want, people like Vito want to come up and say hello. I'm doing better with it. But this one guy, I about died. I was in Mercy Medical. I found out they sold her for money, and I'd love to talk to her about how it was like. I got away from him. I couldn't breathe. Words devastating. I cried for months. Devastating. Don't ever say that around me. Devastating. Devastating. They would take money to know where I was, and they would call a stalker or a shooter to show up, and that my life was worthless. How do you think it felt? Huh? How do you think it felt? Hmm? How do you think it felt? Okay. If one thing with that agent opened up a state case, protected home custody. I had security, I had undercover police, I had detectives around me, and in Walmart they chased off 6 stalkers, blocked aisles. I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for them. I would not be alive if it wasn't for them. So, but I need to go ahead and upload this. And people need to stop participating for, I guess, a crooked attorney trying to pull a fast one of shower scenes in the other room and date rape drug confessions for that occult. I was found innocent of everything. My family spoke highly of me. In 18, investigators have announced at several places, and including in front of my clients, her family really did speak highly of her before. And investigators in Walmart, what are these people talking about? She's never hurt anybody. We interviewed her family a long time ago. Massillon police will tell you they found all the kids lying in 2018, that they're mean games to pretend, documented. And I was found innocent of everything. Even the Stark County sheriffs were laughing last year if Kurt just found out those kids were lying. He is. They're just documenting mean games of pretend because they wanted the house for Auntie Sean, laughing and giggling. But they're scattering outside. They're outside, right. You can hear them. Lord, you can hear them. They need to realize how not funny this is. Why would you be involved in such heinous, evil crimes of several churches being in a cult, hiring stalkers and shooters, mixed in with a retired judge and his dirty friends and drugs, now evolving into a whole different animal of drugs, kidnapping, attempted murder, shooters, stalkers, an extortion ring if you don't die to try to steal everything you have in life, stalking you, and watching you out, in your own private home, and then apparently photoshopping shower scenes and erasing some guy named Chris out of the room and some other guy's part and waking up with bruises. How would they like to wake up with bruises they couldn't explain? Hmm? And then all of a sudden people try to lie they had sodium pentothal reports. You lie under sodium pentothal. Oh, it was date rape drugs. Ha ha ha. It's not funny. It's 20 years. I've never been questioned of wrongdoing. I've never been prosecuted. I've never found guilty. They made everything up. And the police already know all the kids lied for Auntie Shell and Bubble. And what's funny? He dumped Auntie Shell as soon as he got everything. It's called karma. You want to talk about a Fatal Attraction movie? Mm-hmm. He was already trying to kill me at Lennox, and I was too stupid to figure out it was him. You can have one bad thing happen, okay? Once in a... But when you have 4 within a few months, your husband at the time is the main subject of attempted break-in by his own admission, then followed and rendered when he tells you to go a certain way, then attempted kidnapping, and attempted carjacking, he took off and left you. And then it revolves into this once you get your new home done. Mm-hmm. Somebody actually get off their ass. They'll go to jail. That's one thing the lady officer told those kids. She doesn't have it in her to hurt someone. I can take abuse. I have been abused for years. I should have never tolerated what Dave did to me. He would be good to me for a year and a half. Year and a half. Spoil me like crazy. First time you make him mad, he'll hurt you really bad. And then he'll be good to you for a year and a half. That's not love. That's control. And men like that will kill you when they're done with you. Where my feelings and my heart was honest. And I loved him with everything I had. 33 years. 33 years. What was my life? Him, my children, my grandchildren. And then working. It was my life. Most people pay off the wife and make it simple and you're done. To go to this low extreme and people think it's funny, they need to be scared to death of how evil these people are. And with my ex-husband's mission, they have a list of people they're going to do it to. Mm-hmm. Canton police are looking for who exactly is having them do this to me. Up in Ravenna, during the Protect Our Life case, they said one of my neighbors were stalking me. They didn't know why he was doing it, but he'd been stalking me for a while. I wonder if that was Steve. Stalking his victim by day and raping it by night. Makes you wonder. But nothing they have is admissible, so what they do is they spread their little hate crime, have people drive around terrorizing me, come in stores and stalk me. They can go to jail for that. They can go to jail for stalking and harassment. They could lose their freedom for these idiots. And where do they think it's okay? Where do they think it's okay? It's a good question. Do they want it done to them? Because unless they want it done to them, they ought to cut it out. Because it's not funny. None of this is. And it's like the Canton officer told that family. And they told everybody out there not to say anything. They know those weird stalking tapes before were them and not me. Drugged and photoshopped. And until all these different people started telling on them, they didn't know it wasn't the FBI doing it. They even have fake badges. They got in the back of Altman Hospital March 13, 21. Even spoke with Dr. Alanatinas. Mhm. These people are ridiculous, evil, and people are foolish falling for their stuff.